So he would let him tell you a little bit about baby Leo. He's got some pictures on the screen here. So you can stand up to him.
So my name is Jacob. I was Leo's dad. He was my 3-year-old son, and he was like just a blessing, really. And he liked playing superheroes. He liked Minecraft. He liked playing outside. If it's an animal, he loved it. He knew nothing but love. You know what I mean? He was a sweet little baby. And I was in California working, and you know, I got a phone call that he passed away, and you know, I was upset about it. You know what I mean? And it ended up being, once I got his autopsy results back, it was a fentanyl overdose. And so, you know, I flew back and, you know, tried to do all that. Didn't know what the cause of death was for 6 months. But finally I got his autopsy results back, and I was trying to call the DAs and sheriffs and all that. I couldn't get a hold of anybody, so I, you know, tried to see, you know what I mean? I really went crazy. Like, hey, why is this woman not in jail for killing my kid, you know? And, you know, I got his autopsy results back, and then all that stuff happened. But I just want to kind of share Leo's story, because my son wasn't a drug addict, you know what I mean? He never even tried drugs. He never wanted to try drugs, you know what I mean? And I think that it's important for people to know that it affects people besides just, you know what I mean, an addict or somebody that tried drugs one time and didn't know what it was. Like, it does affect like our children, you know what I mean? Potentially it's that dangerous. So I have like pictures of Leo if you guys want to look at him. He was just, I don't know, really sweet. And I was in an open DHS case at the time, and I didn't have we were, you know what I mean, she just got reunified with him. But during the process, she never had to was tested for fentanyl. You know what I mean? Like, never. And fentanyl was involved in that case, so that's why, you know what I mean, she had a case. And I think that with Leo's story, what I would like to try to do is pass a law called Leo's Law that made it to where DHS would be required to test parents for fentanyl if fentanyl is involved in the case. Because I think it could save some lives, you know what I mean? It could save the little Leo or whoever, you know what I mean? It's just an innocent kid around the stuff, you know what I mean? These kids shouldn't be around that. And I think that, you know, DHS should definitely drug test parents for fentanyl, especially if they're going to take kids away from fentanyl. They should probably test them, I would imagine. So I've met with a few members of the House of Representatives and talked to a few of them, and I'm going to do everything I can to try to get that, you know, about it. So if you see that, please vote yes for it. But yeah, I just want to try to help share Leo's story, because he really was just like the greatest thing that God ever gave me, you know. And I just want to try to share a story and do what I can to try to help other people from not feeling like this, you know what I mean? Saving kids' lives, look at those lives, you know, so perfect. And he loves Spider-Man. He wanted to be a superhero, and that's saving people. So, you know what I mean? If his story can help save some people,
And it will.
he can be a superhero. But yeah, his name was Leo Tao, and he's 3. It's really unfortunate, but I would just like to try to spread awareness with his story and try to do what I can do and try to pass this law and try to be there for other people, because I do know how hard it is when you lose our kids to this drug. It's not, you know, an easy thing to do at all. It's really a hard thing to do. So I want to try to, you know, be a voice for the ones that don't have a voice, and, you know what I mean, try to be a positive role model for other kids, and, you know, try to do what I can do, pass this law, and just share the story and spread awareness, because it's not just the addicts passing away and people trying drugs as little kids. I'll never know what really happened that night. I will never know. You know what I mean? I will never know. We'll see when I get to heaven, but they shouldn't be around this stuff regardless, you know. And I just believe that by sharing the story, I can potentially make this all happen to where DHS will drug test for fentanyl, and it might save 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, but those 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 matter a lot to a lot of people.
And they're going to hear that next year, right, at the Capitol building? They're going to,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to just working with lawmakers right now, writing it all up, because there's a lot of little,
Right.
you know,
Well, if you find
Little
out
law-
when
it's
they're
laws.
going to be putting that law out there and talking about it, let us know ahead of time. And maybe we all can go down there and be on the Capitol with all the posters and
Yeah.
make an impact along with you. So you're not alone in it. We're all here to do it.
Yeah, and I will definitely let you know as the information comes. I've just been taking it a day at a time. You guys know how it is. We take it a day at a time, every day. That's all we do. But I'm definitely trying to get that done, and I'm working on that. It's just trying to get the little laws and details, because I was even trying to get other things where we could get funding for, you know what I mean, going to schools and Narcan and all this stuff. So it's just, there's a lot of little things that, you know, have to iron out the details. But I just want to try to spread awareness with the story, really, and try to pass this law. So if any, you know, any sport is more, you know, than welcome, you know, to try to pass that law. But yeah, just you know, spoken with the people that I needed to about the investigation and whatnot. I finally got a hold of them, and we'll see how that goes, you know. But I just trying to do what I can do, and you know, be there for other people that are going through it, and share my son's story, really, because he was precious, and I wish you guys could have done it.
So they charged her with neglect. Are they gonna change that to manslaughter, do you think?
No, just neglect, they can give her a longer sentence.
A longer sentence?
That's why they stuck with the
But
neglect.
can it be reversed? Like, she does a little bit of time and then it gets reversed, or she gets out?
No, because it's an
No?
85% crime. So she has to do 85% of that.
When is Jordan's next court date?
Thursday.
Is
So,
Jordan
yeah.
the mom?
Yeah, it's his mom. Yeah, I had to do a lot of, you know, like rallying and stuff, because I just felt like they weren't doing anything. I figured out his autopsy results and was like freaking out. And it was like, here you go. A month later, they didn't do anything. So I was like, hey, you know, what's going on? And the DA reached out to me after that, thanks to all the phone calls and everything that they got from everybody. They were like, hey, you know, we need to talk to you. So I went and talked to them about that, and I'm not gonna like discuss their sentencing, but yeah, they're definitely gonna not taking it lenient, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm a father too, I know what it's like, you know. So he told me to show up at all the court dates and, you know, be his voice, so it's what I'm gonna do there too.
Yeah. And keep us posted on the court dates too.
So she has a court date next Thursday?
Yes, a week from today.
In Oak Mulgate, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Oak Mulgate.
But yeah, so that's just what I'm trying to do. I really wish you guys could have got to meet Leo. He really was cool.
It's beautiful.
He really was. And he's up in heaven too. 2 days
Yeah.
before he died, he was like watching these TikTok videos, right? And you know those ones that are like if you like Jesus, scroll if you don't. He was like, I'm on the phone with him, and he's like, I like Jesus, Daddy. You know what I mean? He's like, I like Jesus. And I said, yeah, we don't like Jesus, we love him. You know what I mean? And he said, yeah. And he was just asking me about Jesus, but he didn't even know what he did and love him.
That's awesome.
That baby's up
That's
there.
awesome.
He was a sweet boy. I really
Thanks
wish
for
he had
sharing that. It's cool.
What's his birthday?
August 25th. Yeah. But he liked fishing and just like playing with fishes. He had a lot of animals. I mean, the dude had a goat in the house. A little baby goat. And he was always just
My
like
kind of guy.
chickens, goats, horses, cows, you know what I mean? He wanted all the animals. At one point we had a pig in the house. I was like, look, buddy, we can't do this. It's too big. So he was just like a loving kid and loved animals. He was just so sweet and polite. I really am so proud of my son. I know he was so little, but I was so proud of just the person he was becoming because of how precious he was. It was funny. I used to always joke with him and go, well, you're my baby, you know what I mean? I said, I'm not a baby, Dad, I'm a boy. He's like, well, you're always gonna be my little baby. No, I'm not, quit calling me a baby. So he's a boy. You know, but, he really was precious, and I miss him a lot. And I want to try to spread awareness because people do need to know, you know what I mean? They will see this and think about their kids and be like, okay, you know what I mean? This is something I probably shouldn't have around my family.
Right.
So that's what I'm hoping to try to do. with
Thank
Buster
you for
Shot.
fighting for that to get passed. And that, it wasn't there before. Something like this has to happen. And thank you for fighting for that.
And if it works out in your life's schedule, you should join these ladies and go to the assemblies, because, you know, I think that would really impact the kids. I because they would know that it would, because when we say it to them, we're saying like, don't use because of you, but if you know that your behavior can affect a third party.
Yeah,
Your
maybe
little
your
brother
brother.
or sister.
Yeah, because like,
Sister,
if
mom.
the kid, they would hear of like, anytime they maybe tried to pick up or something and their little brother or little sister was around.
We even had a kid tell us one time, man, I'm doing it and I get bored and then I have my younger brother do it. He says, how bad of a brother am I? You'd be surprised what the kids will say at the end.
You really wouldn't be surprised because, like, I've had a lot of buddies that will even, like, you know what I mean? They'll tell me, like, dude, I was in a bad situation. I started thinking about you, and I was like, dude, I gotta get out of this. And it's like, it sucks that it's like that, but
Well, just know you're not alone, because look at all these
I know.
cases here, and we have a bunch of other people that aren't here, but you're not doing this by yourself. Don't
no, no. And I'd really like to thank you. I really would. I would like to thank you for everything you do for, like, all of us. I would just, like, can I get a round of applause for this? You guys have been amazing.
It's all my daughter behind that.
But I do appreciate both of you guys sincerely from the bottom of my heart for just being there even for me. You know what I mean? It let me know that I'm not alone going through this. So
We're
thank you
always
guys.
there.
We're always here for you.
Phone call,
I really do
message
appreciate it.
away. Anytime.
Hey Jake, I just want to share something with you.
Yes, ma'am.
If that might be able to help you, like when you go talk to them. So as of now, like within like the last couple of months, they started keeping all the cord segments from every delivery, no matter what. They keep them all. And that way, if the baby starts having withdrawals, they will go after, you know, make sure that the parents get the correct help that they need. But you may be able to link that, you know, because that, I'm sure it opens the DHS case. You may tell them that, and that way they can, you know, follow it with your law, you know?
That they check the cord blood as well, from the
Yeah.
umbilical cord, they saved it.
There's also an article out there that I've read, and they said about 80% of the kids that are taken into DHS test positive for fentanyl.
Say that
So
again.
80% of the kids they take into
Now
DHS
test
test positive for fentanyl.
So I guess
Because it's from the
Contact,
environment
contact.
touching, then they have a tolerance for how all of them are losing their life. But look it up, is it, I would probably have to go online and it has like DHS article. But just be like something you can have in your back pocket.
So if you're snorting or smoking this, all that residue.
So-
Statistics really are.
Statistics matter.
The residue.
So, you have to-
I started doing it.